Hi guys, happy Vlogmas. I'm here. I'm actually finally in a routine, well, getting into a routine in this new house. Welcome as well to the new house. New old house. Isn't it weird, right? Some of you that have been watching for all this time that know this house. Are we here again? Yes, we are. I've got a sore neck today, but not shake it around too much. I get too animated. Yes, I'm in that kind of mood today. Did you know the story of Keanu Reeves? Go look at it anyway, because that's separate to my conversation. But like, the dude is cool. The dude, he's from The Matrix. Love that movie. You should all love that movie, if you know what I mean. Alright, can't wink. Forget about it. Can't whistle, can't wink. Can't do many things, but that's okay. My life matters. But yeah, basically, I feel very much like him. It's yeah, man. I'm going to, be exactly like that. If I ever had millions of dollars, but I don't. But if I did, that's what I'd be like. That. So cool. Happy Vlogmas. No, dead set. Like, that's the life that I've lived and I've had. And I'm not going to go through it because it's like, these are so many things that are, probably triggering for others and unnecessary for me to go through because it's all in the past, right? Don't give a shit about it personally. But my life story is pretty big. It should be a book. Many people have said that. And they've only heard a little bit. And I'm like, you haven't heard the rest. You just don't know what this person's been through, because you wouldn't believe me. And don't let anyone tell you, just like all the truth that's coming out now about things, don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you had so much trauma as a kid that you're a fuck up. No, because you know why? We looked at those people that were fuck ups towards us, around us, and put us through all that, and we go, we're not going to be like you. I'm not going to be a fuck up like you. So we're not the fuck ups, right? Anyway, basically, it's nice to be in this environment, but that story about Keanu Reeves just came up on my TikTok, and I was like, that's just exactly the mentality I have. Like, dude, you're cool. So anyway, I might have to watch the movie again. But maybe that's wise, because he looks at movie notes because of his experience. So look, people with a lot of life experience of negative shit, and it happens in all socioeconomic backgrounds, guys. And that's what frustrates me a little bit about, yeah, like, some of us have it. How do you explain this? People with money can hide things a lot more than families with no money. So just always remember that. I'm going to get my drink. But anyway, it is Vlogmas. And what better time than to talk about the shitty part of Christmas, but in a positive way. How am I going to do that, you're asking? I don't fucking know, actually. I didn't do my prep for this video, did I? I never do. I do first video, first take, boom. That's what you get. Me. I'm actually pretty boring, I think. I mean, I don't really know what other people are like, because, I am so in my own head. I just sometimes don't take in what others are doing. Maybe I should do that a bit more. It's a bit of a concern, isn't it? All those creases in my curtain. I need to get my steamer and steam that out. Anyway, shouldn't be focusing on that. But the reason why I am is because Sir has gone to get the stuff for the curtains. That's just the curtains out the the living area, because basically during the day we like to have the blinds up, but you don't want people looking in and going, oh, look at those people and they're doing what they're doing. It doesn't mean that, well, actually I do walk around naked, actually I do. I do that. I've been doing that since I was little. I remember going to the beach when I was very little with my brother, and I would just take my bikini top off, and mum and dad are like, you can't do that. I'm like, yes I can, because my brother's not doing it. He doesn't have a top. Why do I have to have a top? Because you have boobies. Look at my mum. I'm like, my mum's got boobies, not me. I got the same as him. What are you talking about? Boobies. I didn't, this is the 70s, guys, but I didn't understand. I was like, this is a bit harsh. It's uncomfortable. It's very cute bikinis, though. It was very cute. I had a lot of nice clothes before my parents separated. Doll's house, pretty things, nice things, and then they separated and everything went to shit. No, but basically, like, I just didn't understand. I was like, I want my bikini top off. It's more comfortable off. Anyway, so, you know, at Christmas time, you know, there's family gatherings, and us autistics have a lot of problems at Christmas. Oh, yeah, really, you're autistic now. I don't know who's trying to have input because I can't see which one it is, but you're being cheap, ladies. Wow, okay, though. She really wants to be... Oh, don't you all join in? Oh, my goodness me. I thought you were all having a nap. Being a mum of budgies is hard, okay? I'm tired. I never sleep. I need matchsticks. I'm joking. You put the cover on, they go quiet. Maybe I should do that. Put the blind down so they can't see us. Sorry. I don't mean it. Okay. I love my babies. But yeah. Christmas time is hard for autistics and black sheeps. And sometimes we're the same. Because sometimes when you're the... I know in my family, all the autistics were the black sheep. All of them. All of them were hyperly criticized. Hyperly? Is that a word? No, it's not. I just made a word up. Most autistics are hyper criticized. I don't know if that's right. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. And I know I'm one of them. Hence why I was like, yeah, fuck you. But it didn't go down well because, you know, with certain personality types and you go, fuck you, you shouldn't do that. Your safety becomes like you need to go under witness protection. Anyway, we won't talk about that. But basically, they don't like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to be told who to be because I'm me. And as an autistic, you know what we're all like. We're very much, no, you take it or leave it. Like, there's the door. I say it to Sir all the time. The door's just there. I don't give shit. I think sometimes it makes him, like, a bit uncomfortable. It's like, yeah, but I'm just telling the truth. There's just some things that I won't, like, what is it? A not negotiable. We all have our not negotiables, right? But, yeah, it's even 34 years of sentencing that I've had. Oh, I'm so tired. But, you know, it is how it is. Like, a lot of us autistics, or we go to family gatherings and it's really hard, right? They don't get us. They're trying, so even if they're lovingly trying, but they don't get it, and so they get on our nerves, right? And then we find it hard to sort of tolerate that. And so we kind of get like, we sit there and be a bit tolerant. I don't have much advice because I'm an autistic and I don't know. And I'm 50 as an autistic. I have it lucky in some ways because my parents messed up so badly with me that they don't have me in their life because they just screwed it all up. I gave them many chances And instead of taking those chances, they decided to spit in my face, and I decided to say, well, fuck off then. That's what autistics do. I love my parents, absolutely. But until they treat me right, I'll never speak to them. And that's what you do for everyone. But I will always respect them. I will always love them because they're my parents, right? My children, different story. Children are a different thing for a mother. I love them unconditionally in the sense that it doesn't matter what they do. Nothing can make me not love them. There's just nothing. And I think most mothers are like that, to be quite honest. And I know that autistic mothers are very serious mothers. And I'm a very serious mother. And I'm a mother for life. And whatever my children need, they get. That's how I am. That doesn't mean in the sense of like, you know, I'm a pushover in certain ways. I do have, you know, rules and expectations around, you know, things that are reasonable because my children are adults, right? They're not children, but when they were children, different story when children are children. And I'm talking, and let me expand on that. With my children, it was until you've got a career and you've left home, you've got a partner, and you've got like, you know, the opportunity to pair up, to support each other, to afford to live, which used to be the case, Australia, but that went wrong, right? So I don't know how my youngest is doing because that went wrong and I'm really fucking angry about it. But anyway, it was fine before because I would have done different for my second if there was just 1 year difference of how the stupid world turned, which was the rent went from, you know, a 4x2 being, you know, roughly $300 a week-ish to $900-ish a week. Okay? That's a little bit... And we're 2024. I know we're heading into 25, whatever. But I'm talking 2021. It was changing big time and just got worse. And this is how bad it is in 24. I don't want to see 25's projections. I don't really want to see it because it makes me angry. Because as a mother, it makes me angry. But anyway, there are certain people we have certain rules for, boundaries for, and that's normal, healthy, natural, right? So Christmas is hard for autistics in that way. Then also, and ADHD is, you know, we're very much the ones that just can't bite our tongue, say it. People don't like the truth. I said in front of a group of women one day that the birth certificates of children should all, now that we have DNA testing, we should be testing all of the babies and the actual fathers definitely written down on the... Yeah, that didn't go down well. And I, as an autistic, got quite upset. I had to bite my tongue and be really composed because I was actually in a professional setting. I really fucked up, didn't I? I was in a professional setting. I know, right? I was the president of a women's organisation. Anyway, I fucked up big time. I said it. And I got home and Sir had to hear the OCD rant in circles. Why? Why were they upset? I don't get it. I mean, they know who the father is, don't they? Anyway. It's okay, you don't have to explain it to me now. We don't have to talk about it now. It's all good. No judgment here. It is not my place to judge people. And but I do get it now. I learnt my lesson too. But that's the kind of traps that we get into because we're autistic. And I'm not going to say that you men have it easier as an autistic, but I will say this. You get to speak your mind a lot more than we do. Because us women, unless you want to be a gossiper, and then you fit right in, but I just cannot. like, if people start gossiping around me, I feel sick and I have to walk away. And if I can't walk away, in my head, I'm like, la, 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 la. I can't stand it. It's like nails on a chalkboard. My year 7 teacher, the reason why I know that is my year 7 teacher had long nails. It's traumatizing. But it's a conflicting thing. She did politics. That was the focus of the year, and that was my special interest. And I was like, more. No, I need to know more than that. More than that. Anyway. And then when I got to social welfare, luckily politics was part of it. Yay! We studied it. It's wonderful. I was in my element. Anyway, my lecturers didn't really enjoy it so much because I had a lot of questions. And they didn't want to deal with me with a lot of questions. Just like my nana, you know, like when we did the baking. When you cross this line into the kitchen, no questions. And I was like, literally had to stand at the threshold and make the decision. I love baking with Nana because I get to lick the spoon and taste test and do all these things. And then, of course, we're cooking something really yummy. But at the same time, I've got questions. I've got a lot of questions because I'm little, right? So I've got a lot of questions. And I don't speak to many people. So, you know, I've got to use my words. I've got some words that are like constipated, right? Like, you're my safe person and I need to ask. So I used to stand there going, Then I'm like, but if I don't go in the kitchen, I can't ask you questions. So I'd go in the kitchen and try and do both. Anyway. Poor Nana. Nana wasn't raised on education. Well, I mean, she was. I mean, she wasn't uneducated. She wasn't like, but she was, you know, of the generation where, you know, running a family is a thing. But she was very talented dancer, qualified dance teacher in Imperial syllabus, which is the UK version, which is the oldest version, the first one. Just saying. Australia. America. Sorry on that one, not. But yeah, and yeah, she could play the piano really well. She tried to teach me, but having dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia is like. However, I taught myself how to play the piano in my early 20s with numbers. I numbered all of the notes. I cannot work with letters for notes, but I can work with numbers. And that's what I did with the recorder as well. And they were going to give me the flute. And we walked into the cupboard and then there was not a flute left. And I was the last person to be offered the flute and they said, sorry. I was like gutted. I was like, no. This is life and death. Anyway, us autistics get very impassioned about our special interest, and music is the special interest. Dancing, us to write lyrics down and sing it. And in year 1, the the music teacher at my school was like, oh my goodness, you're so musical. But I think it's because my dad played music non-stop, OCT style, over and over and over around us. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of musical people in my family. My other nana as well was very musical, and she used to just, I never forget her with a hum, beautiful hum. Her hum should be on a CD distributed throughout the world as a relaxation CD. It was beautiful, like an angel. So yeah, but Christmas, there's like, I don't know about you, but like after childhood, you know, as soon as you get to that teenage years, and I liked my grandfather's input on Christmas and that for my mum, on my mum's side, saying that, you know, the presents are just for kids. Presents shouldn't be for adults, and I agree. I think that all of the fuss should be about the children. It's the magic of Christmas is for children, right? we're all adults, and we really should respect what Christmas actually is. It's a religious holiday, and that's what we should be respecting. And it's a time of rest and a time of family love. But some of us don't get that. But that's what the intention really is. That's what Jesus would have wanted. I mean, when you go to other people's birthday parties, the birthday person wants you all to be happy. So Jesus wants us to be happy. So anyway, but I believed in what he believed in that way. It's for the kids, right? The adults don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. Why would I get a Christmas present? Like, it's stupid, right? So, you know, I see it the same way. And as soon as I was like the teenage age group, it never felt right, because everyone was on different amount of money. Everyone was judging, because that was where it was starting to become like that with materialism. Because materialism in the 90s really kicked in to the point of judgment. Whereas before that, materialism and sport bratness and all that was seen as very negatively. Very like, ew, it's unattractive, it's gross. Whereas later on it became like the opposite. It turned around. Funny that, isn't it, with the demonic stuff, right? It's all flipped around, right? Now they make it like, oh, the more money you have, the cooler you are. No. Still no. Computer says no. So, but that's, as you can see in society, that's how it is, right? But some of us know different, luckily. But there's a lot of pressures at Christmas to fit in, just socially. What you've achieved in the year. Oh, I got 4 promotions this year, and I also had an overseas holiday to Europe and did this. It can become like that. And I want you to make sure that you realize that you are valuable the day you were born. You are valuable the day you were conceived as a human living being, spirit, becoming. You're valuable then. And I don't want you to feel like you're not valuable because you can't give these wonderful presents to people, or you didn't achieve all these wonderful things throughout the year. That's just, screw that. The people that are judging you for that, you don't want them in your life. No. People should be gifted your presence and say, as in your actual, you being with them, being in their company, they should see that as the gift. Does that make sense? You being with them should be the gift. And I think when we look around at the way the world is at the moment, isn't that what life is about now? Should be. Because until we can sort out the greed of the world and get rid of this greed, just look at the Master and Visa card who have 50% profit in their company, but to small business, family business, charge ridiculous merchant fees compared to the big franchises, right? Disgusting. Gross, right? Greed. It's really bad. So until we can snap them out of that or push them out of all of that, we all need to share more. So if you've got anything to share, share. If you don't, then that's okay. Like, don't sort of go, oh my gosh, I haven't got anything to share. You don't have to if you haven't got it. Like, don't like think I've got to share, because that also is a trap. So if materialism is in your world, that's one way I think you need to think about it, is just remove that from yourself. Don't wear it. It's toxic if people force you to wear it around you too. And I apologize if you have to deal with that, because I'm not going to tell you how to deal with that, because that's really a personal choice. But Christmas pressures for that is huge. And then on top of that, like I said, the pressure of what have you achieved this year? You know, sometimes that can be a problem. You know, you get all the braggers, you know, like, oh, this year I've done this and I've done that. Oh, so cool. If you haven't achieved anything because all you've done is managed to stay alive or managed to stay healthy or managed to, I don't know, like just get through your health mentally, keep sane, or your hobbies were your achievements, that's fine, right? Be proud of yourself for just being. Don't judge yourself for the same things that they shouldn't be judging you for. Your worth isn't about what you're achieving. And that doesn't mean that we don't all try and achieve things constantly. You know, we do, right? We always try and achieve things. But I'm just saying, if you haven't been able to, don't get caught up in it. If others in your family group do. And I know people say, you know, you choose your family and all that now. Yes, that's a good option to do in such era of, with the loss of religion, the loss of family, the loss of family respect. And, you know, in ways of like, all different ways. I mean, I can't be in touch with my family because there's just zero respect to me. Zero respect. I mean, the abuse towards me didn't stop until I said enough. And I was 30 something. Okay? So, I know that a lot of destruction of families has happened. And it shouldn't be the case, but it is the case. And some of you might be suffering because of disability and you just don't fit in. So whether you go or you don't go, you just don't fit in. And that's wrong. Because bullying, exclusion is bullying. When you exclude someone, that is bullying. It's on the list. You can Google it and check me and fact check me if you want. But it is, it's bullying when you exclude someone. It's hurtful, isn't it? We all know that feeling. At some point in our lives, we all know that feeling. And when it's done by kinship, it's actually against nature, and it is actually very hurtful for that reason. And I know that it's complex if abuse is involved, but if it's not involved, it doesn't really make it any less complex either, really. Because the world, regardless of how hard it is, families should pull together, not pull apart. But I remember my grandfather in his dementia be so straight shooting, which normally he would probably be more diplomatic with presentation. He said to my mother, when she was becoming of wealth, stop talking about money right now. I will not have it. And he was very angry. And my mum turns to my nana and says, you've got to get a grip on that. And I'm thinking, no, you do. Because in my eyes, even though, yes, none of us were used to seeing him in an aggressive manner because it wasn't his nature. He was in dementia, but also he just wasn't that kind of man. And I'm not shaming any man that can get, you know, mad. It's not about that. It's just that was out of context of his nature before dementia, basically. You know, it wasn't his style, but he was right because it never stopped from there. The greed in her kept growing, and that's what greed does. It grows. So we all have those people in our family. And they're the biggest judges and the biggest one-uppers and competition, and you're sitting there going, I don't care. I value relationships. But when people value money, they don't even notice that they're treating you bad. They don't even notice, you know, and then they do things like, oh, I'll just gift you this. No strings attached. Strings attached. Big ones. This thick string, right? Around your neck. Right? So you learn very quickly. I learned from each parent. I went, fuck you, that wasn't a gift. You both fucking lied. But I never asked for a gift anyway. Never asked for it. So, that's why I find it hard to receive. I really, really find it hard to receive. I love to give. To receive, really hard. Makes me very emotional. I don't know if you've ever seen that. There was a recent video of that, but it's very hard to receive. But I'm just saying, like, we all have people like that in our family. I think so. I think a lot do. And they're not humble. And when you're a humble person, it makes it hard. And when you have disability or autism or anything like that, we are humble. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not the anomalies of people that are disabled and people that are autistic that are not like that. Sure. But generally, as a rule, I have noticed that personally. I've noticed a lot of disabled people very generous because they know so much pain and discrimination and hatred towards them. And same with autism, because autism is a disability. Some of you might not consider yours a disability. I consider mine a disability because it hugely impacts my daily life. So, but feel free to not see it as a disability. I respect that 100%. But please take care at Christmas because it is tough. It is hard. You don't have to participate. I think we're at a time in the world where sometimes, and I remember saying this when I had to quit my last job because of my health, and I had a lot of backlash of people that didn't give a shit about my health and just wanted me to work because they were getting benefit. You know, those kind of people. And I said to them, because they're calling me a quitter, you know, that's their little, you know, guilt trip thing, right? So I said, you know what? Sometimes the right decision to make in life is to quit. Sometimes the right thing to do is to quit. And we all know, and you are the only one that knows when those times are, and no one else can tell you otherwise. So if you're saying, well, it's doing me damage to my health, physically, mentally, whatever it is, you have the right to step back and say, I quit. I don't quit because I can't do it. I don't quit because I don't like it. I don't quit because I don't want to, like, I don't know, like, even go deeper into this. And I had bigger plans for my last job because I was the runner of that job. Anyway, you know what I mean. But sometimes the right thing to do is quit. And it's the same thing with relationships. If your family, if your people that are around you at Christmas time, because it's tough, and I know I've gotten used to it because the deprivation at Christmas time, I'm so used to Christmas just coming and going, it doesn't affect me anymore. But this is for people that maybe it is still affecting. So sometimes some people can't get over it, and that's okay, because you might have had a significant loss and you're feeling that at Christmas, or you just haven't had enough experience being alone at Christmas to get that toolbox to cope with that. So it does get easier, and if it doesn't, don't kick yourself. But you do have a right to say to any scenario at Christmas, set your boundaries. Do what makes you feel comfortable for Christmas. Because Christmas, as we all know, intensifies our emotions, because the stupid media, as in mainstream media, lies and rubbish, happy family crap, makes you feel like shit. Even some of the people on Facebook, and there's only, actually there's quite a lot, isn't there, really, that my life is perfect. That's their highlight reel. Remember that. And they're allowed to show that, in all fairness. They're allowed to do whatever they want. And if they're outright lying and you know it, just laugh. It's funny. because they must be fucking sad to have to fake it that much. They must be in a lot of pain, and also they don't have the strength to face that and fix it. So don't feel bad. Feel bad for them, because they are in pain and don't have the strength and courage to overcome it, and you did. So, or at least you're trying if you're working through it. So just stay strong at Christmas. And if you do have a good family, tell every single one of them how much you love them, just in case it's their last Christmas, because someone could get hit by a bus. There's many things that can happen in life, and I know in my life, things can change in seconds, guys. Your life can change that. So appreciate it. So if you have got it good, please just somehow like celebrate that. And I wish for many people out there to get some wishes come true at Christmas. Like, I don't know, people that you miss come back into your life, or that you just have a nice Christmas. You know, you get together with people and you just have a good time. Or the family that you normally get together with is normally negative on you, and this time they're better towards you, right? And they have more connection with you or understanding towards you. But just remember what Christmas is really about. It's really a religious holiday that was taken over by materialism. And that's where the advertising comes in about this perfect family stuff, because they want you to buy shit. Because apparently that makes you more perfect. It doesn't. But basically, you know, enjoy the small things, the chaos, the mess of things. If your life is kind of good but a little messy, enjoy that too, because life wasn't promised to be perfect. Okay? It's not promised to be perfect. We shouldn't expect that. So enjoy just the little things. And if you don't want to celebrate it, you don't have to. I mean, I'm going to celebrate Jesus' birthday because that's what I do. But I'm just saying, you don't have to celebrate Christmas if it's too painful. If, I don't know, like, if you just don't have that family around you or people around you to do it with, you don't have to celebrate it. You can just move through it. So always remember that, okay? So I hope this has helped for the tough time of Christmas, not just the highlights of Christmas, which, you know, yeah, sometimes I just want to fill those gaps. So sorry it's not one of my upbeat ones, but I think that it's a good topic for this time of the year for some people. Stay safe on the roads too, guys, okay? It's better to get there late than to not get there. So, and make sure you do food safety at Christmas, please. Stop getting food poisoning. Stop being an idiot. Gosh, every year when that happens, I shake my head. Please be careful, especially if you're pregnant or there's small children around. Be careful of food poisoning. It's hot in Australia. Anyway, that's for Australians mainly, probably, because it's hot in Australia, right? And we have roasts. We're idiots. But just, anyway, laugh at us. We laugh at ourselves. But, yeah. Anyway, happy Vlogmas. And take the pressure off yourself this Christmas, please. Okay? Have a good one. But anyway, there's going to be more videos. More Vlogmases, but I just wanted to do this one just to make sure that you're okay, because I care. Just know that someone cares. It's me. So see you in the next video.